Let there be light, and there was light. Okay. Words of the said God, words of Mother Eve, words of the Kundalini waiting to arise, saying, let there be light. You meaning, oh, I just get it. I just get it. Mother Eve is saying, clear out your chakras. Let there be light. Clear out the chakras. That's what Mother Eve is just telling me to say right now. Clear out your chakras. Let there be light. So I can make my way up to helping you to see the light, to be illuminated, to have new eyesight, to see things from a different height, just to be ignited. In fact, speaking of different height, I don't know if you've seen my my parasailing video that I was parasailing, and that was one of the things that I felt was I could attribute to my having a Kundalini experience. Of course, people do parasailing for all different reasons, but I think that it was a very spiritual thing for me, because I was able to be over 1,000 feet up in the air and liberate myself. Of course, it's not to say there was no element of fear, but I was able to let go and actually allow myself to really enjoy the experience. Okay, but this presentation is really for the purpose of getting to understand, yes, of course, letting go of our fear, because that's the word, that's the magic word, let there be. So let there be liberation, and there was liberation. Let there be wisdom, and there was wisdom. Let there be light in this presentation, and of course there was light in this presentation, which we are about to do right now. Okay, but that's the thing. Time has no place in this what we are doing now, because everything has been already. This is what this presentation is about. Everything has already been. Now we've seen that from the very first word that we encounter in the Bible, which is in, and the word is 9 and 5. And of course we see that 9 is the I, as we say, and 5 is the N, and actually it's like in, when it says beginning, for instance, equals 9, and end equals 5. So we say in the beginning, and of course we hear about end, God ended, which is still 5. We hear about God moved, is 5. So the first word, the Spirit of God moved, there it's 5. Now the word spirit, of course, equals 10, but don't we see that the word let, which we have been talking about, is also 10. So we could see in this very early in the scriptures, where the word let and spirit, S-P-I-R-I-T, here we could even, for the fun of it as well, to see that they both equals 10. I am thinking if I add the amount of letters together, we will get perhaps 9 or 10. So let's look at this. This is 3, of course. 3, the word 3 again, the word here, L-E-T, is 10. We have done this already. So that is also showing us that these 3 letters equals 10. The number 3 is very significant here, because that's the first word Mother Eve uttered, or recorded words Mother Eve uttered when Mother Eve said, let there be light. The first letter now Mother Eve utters is L, and that is 3. So we can see how 3 is very significant here. Not only that it is 3, but we have 3 letters. And then we have, in this 10, we have 3 has repeated itself twice in the word spirit, S-P-I-R-R-I-T. So that's 6 letters. So 6 and 1 is 7 right there. Now, so sorry, I'm adding letters here. 6 and 10. So I better get this together. So spirit is actually 10 as well. So 10 plus 10 would be 20. We see 20, of course, is 7. 7 is total. We have done this. 7 is 1. So we are seeing that when there's the word let and there's the word spirit that matches things together, we also see the word and there was darkness. The word darkness is also 10. So darkness, D-A-R-K-N-E-S-S, is also 10. So there are 3 tens I can call out right there in the first three verses of the Bible. Already we see how 10 is being transpired there. Now when we do the numerical value for the word 10, which is 3 letters, again like the word let, we see that's 255, that equals 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. So we can see the relationship between 3 and 10 right there. Okay, I think that's quite significant right here. I hope you think so too. Okay, well, you can see it. Yeah. Now, the other thing that I wanted to point out was we have looked at, as I say, we have looked at that there are 7, talking about seven entries here, or 7 different gods were in this creation here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually 6 different gods in here. But when we did the numbers of the letters, we saw we started again with 3, like I have done with the word let. It's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we see that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is actually this is actually 5 words. 5 words here. 5 of the gods here. So we can see that the numbers come from 1 to here, come from 3 to 7. 3 to 7. There we could see 37, how important that is, because that too is 10. But it also means that we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5. So the numbers from 3, the names of the gods that come from 3 letters to 7 letters is actually 5. So this is where Mother Eve, the snake or the serpent, is being present again. So when we talk about everything creation was made already, we could see how the 7 has transpired there. We have seen how 6 of the gods, we have looked at these 6 here. We have seen that Mother Eve has transpired 3 times here, of course, and the god of calling had transpired twice. We have done these numbers right there. And we have also seen another, we say 7 is here. Now, I'm quite tempted to do the whole characters of the letters here and see what we get from these, and see whether they come to, we get the overall number of 9, like we have done with 9 gods here, or the 9 acts of the gods. So there are 6 gods, but we have that have performed 9 acts. So some of the gods have performed just 1 act. The said god performed 3 acts. The god of movement was 1 act, and so on. And the one that performed most acts next was the god of calling, which was two acts. So let's look at this. So we have 3, 4, 5, and this is 7. And just to to count these and see what we get from this. Yeah, so this is 6, and also so yes, this is it. This is complete. So it's really 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is what we got. And when we add these together, we can add this together. I think I might have done this, but let's see. So this is 10, 16. This is 20, 25. 2 plus 5 equals 7. There we see. There we go again. So we can see from here, the 7 days of creation had been, the number 7 here had been very present from the acts of the gods. Because I am of the belief as well, all these characters of the words of each word, like the MOVED, are all instrumental of functions that really spell out the character of the god. So that god of movement, of course, with the M, has had in that makeup with the M, has the M that forms the petal flower right here. Of course, it forms the 8-petal flower, or it can form a 4-petal flower, whichever it is. And then it tells us about there is a hole there. That hole meaning there is, of course, like the 8-petal flower has become whole. Of course, we learn about with the V, there would be something like division as well. Of course, with the 2, or division, but not separation. Although division or divided and separated is the same numerical value of 5, but we see that here. The word E2, of course, if we did that in capital letters, we would see that we also have the same 8-petal flower would come out of this as well. Okay, because E is like W, E is like 3, E is like M, and so on. And the D, of course, D is like ready to, this is where we could say divided came here, because that would be half of the whole. The D would form half of the whole right there. So all of those things, creation was happening right there in 5. That's why we have 5 as complete in the sense of how it is showing on our sacrifice template. When we say complete in the sense of all you need to take you into the third eye to activate this. This is what I'm talking about. Finding yourself in that new state, complete in that newness that you are required to attain that number 6. So it's that 369, 369, 369. This is what we are meant to be. This is our act or our quest to overcome or to ride the waves of this 369, 369, 369. As I say, here we are in a sack, there we are in a reef, and there is the ice. Of course, the ice is that which sets. It sets, but it gets melted away. It can get melted away. Okay, so of course there are other ways, or you can crack the ice, whichever way you see fit, right? Okay, now another thing I thought could be useful. So we have seen 2 plus 5 is 7, but how about if we added all these together, all these words or characters together, and get a total of what these first acts of the gods entail. So we had, I might have done this, but let's look at it. So we have 4 4 is 16, For instance, 16, because this is 4, this is 4, this is 4, and 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 16. And then we have 5 for moved. And then we have, for called, we have 12. Okay. And the word saw, of course, is 3. 3. 3. And we have divided. So that would be 2, 4, 6 plus 1 is 7. So 3 plus 7 is 10, just to make it easier here. And we could also, there we go. Okay, so this is 8 plus, so this is 11 plus 2 is 13. Yeah, 13. And this is 1 plus 3 is 4. So we still have 7. This is really amazing. This is amazing. So 43. And I don't remember how we got the 7 before, whether it was 34 or something, whatever it is, but we had set, oh, it was 25, 2 plus 5. So, and now we have 43 for 7. So this, we have counted all the characters here. Basically, the 9 acts of the God. So we can see the magic of 9. 9 acts of the God forms that 7. So 7 in actual fact, or we see that it is whole, but we also see in the written form of 7, it gives us 20. And I have always said, by doing the numerical values of the word south, in fact, let's just do this because, so the word foundation, Foundation is 20, or 2. Let's do this. So it's 6, 6, 3. Now this is what we are talking about again. So this is 5, 4, 1, 2, 9, 6, 5. And let's add this together. So this is 20. This is 27, and 3. That I'm just doing this, 27 and 3, 30, 30, 41, 47. 4 plus 7, adding this together gives us 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's where 2 and 7, or 7, is really foundation. We can see that here. Now this is where we plant. Like in the south, I say this like south because you are digging the ground, or to plant. You plant down. So let's do the word down, but I know south, let's do down. This is 4, because down could be, well, it's down. And this is 3, this is 5. So this is 10 plus 8 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. So down is 9. It's like saying that is as well complete, because of course 9, it's like where you both, it's everything. Down is everything. Okay. And you're birthing newness. It's beginning again. Beginning, the word beginning is also 9. So we can see how 9 is very symbolic here. Okay. So the word rock, this is where Christ said to Peter, upon this rock I will build my church. So this is 9, 6, 3. Again, we see the 3, 6, 9 in the reverse right there, because you don't need the K to say rock. It's right here. 9, 6, 3, 3, 6, 9. This is the rock. But of course, there's the K. So that's 9 and 9, 18 plus 2 is 22. So of course, when we do the numerical value for the word 20, we have done this in previous presentation, or I think it's the previous one. For 20, let's do it here. This is 2, 5, 5, 5, 7, 2, 7. So there we are, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 26. So 2 plus 6, 2 plus 6 is 8. So there we see, of course. And we have seen how 8 is actually corresponding with 2. I have done this in the previous presentation to show how this comes about. If we do the numerical value for the word 8, we will get 4. It gives us 4, and 4, of course, as I have showed, 2 and 4 is really foundational again, in the sense that 2, the word 2 equals 4. And of course, on the template, the sacrifice template, that's where everything takes place, in number 2 and number 4 right here. So of course, 4 is also vital here, the developmental stage, but we also have 4 here, because 1 plus 4, which forms the B, the bond, also takes place here. So we have 2 4s. So 4 happens here, where you get your north, south, and east and west. You get oriented with that state of going into the reef. But there's another 4, which is the number 2. When you get into the number 2, there is that 4 that forms the incubation or the incubator, and that's where agreements are formed. That's where that's the symbol of the Last Supper. Yes, where the ritual of the eating of bread and drinking of wine, which now has been taken so literal, because everything breeds after its kind. The seed, of course, everything doubles itself, you know. It's that wave that expands, and it's like yeast. So the more attention you give something, the attention is like yeast. It's a rising agent. So this act of Jesus having this ritual of bread and wine, and now I'm beginning to see this as being I'm not sure that that was done as it's a ritual that seemed to have really been a trap. In a way, it traps people into doing this act of some external act that takes the attention away. In some cases, I don't know if I should say in all cases, but it takes the attention away, because it's like remembering that you are thinking of that you were eating of someone's flesh and you were drinking of someone's blood. Now, in other places, or where the people are perhaps doing this thing as raw, those who are doing it as the form of bread and wine may justify their actions, but don't we see how that has permeated the minds of people, that when you are doing something with a certain mindset or thing, or the thought has created certain patterns that have excelled, we could say, where other people are now doing this thing literally, as we learn. I haven't seen, but we learn that people are actually drinking of blood and eating of human flesh, and so it's like we are eating each other. Wow, that's it. It just it does not, on one hand, for people like myself, or we are able to say, okay, it's symbolic that we are taking on the spirit form or the physical. You need to be creative in what sense you make of this. Otherwise, this ritual has its legs and wings to really just take flight. Okay. I hope you have enjoyed this, because the essence of this is really to see how the gods have the characteristics of the gods, how they have performed, or how they have become very present even before we had taken time to notice. So there in Genesis of chapter 1, we have seen how God moved, how God saw, and the God of saw is 7, because the word saw equals 7, and it also has 3 letters. If we add 3 plus 7, that gives us 10 as well. But not only that, we can see that the significance of the number 3, how important it is. It is the wave. It is really the wave. And when we do the numerical value for the word 3, that gives us 11. Of course, 11 is that which is 2 ones. We could see that it is very here. So 3, like the word Mother Eve used when Mother Eve said, let there be light. The word there is actually the word 3. It's just that the letters have been shifted around. Okay, so this is 955. Adding these together, this is 29. 2 plus 9 is 11. So this is the first master number. The first master number 11. This is where Mother Eve said, let there be light. So we can see from the word saw, so Mother Eve had let a contract to the god of Saw, or the god who was soaring, and we can see in that contract Mother Eve was very aware that there was the 3, the number 3 was there. It's there with the S. The S here, Mother Eve has a very close relationship with that of the said God, of the God who saw as well. It's like a mini part of Mother Eve right there. SA, we see the SA here, which is also 11. 11 right here. Now, the W here, it's like we have just added this and we see it's 3, but the W in itself is 3. It's like Mother Eve is showing us right there the function. It's like the God of Soul has a responsibility to create that function, which is 3, the number 1 or the symbol 3. Now, of course, we have ID here. Basically, Mother Eve is, it's like saying you need to create an ID for this new species of people that we are coming with. The 3 is our ID, basically. Our W. And of course, 3 is not only the W here, which is W, as I say, is our reflection, and it becomes the 8-petal flower right there. So here we have Sa, whatever, like Sa, like in the serpent, whatever, because that's the serpent here. But there, we have the 2, this is 11, this is 11 here, SA is 11, and here it's like saying the S, the 11, which is the 2 ones, is really saying here, you are 1. You are 1. So this is S, this is A. They both have the numerical value of 1. 1, 1, right there. And then it's as if they have come together or put themselves in a different pattern here. It's the wave, the movement, the word movement have created a saw here in that sense that there is 2 U's. Now, you are not just 1, you are W, 2 U's. This is where we say to you. Okay, all right, I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have found this fun. If you like this presentation, click the like button and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualizing self-full love. It's about self-full love. It's about growth. It's about planting new seeds. It's about being a field. It's about staying ignited. And it's about spilling over with love. Okay, let there be light, and there was light.